Hi, welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Today, back to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, building a silhouette model of Icon. Yes, I've done a couple of videos from Coaster Dynamics. I'm a big fan of theirs. I love my roller coasters, love my theme parks, and Coaster Dynamics specifically focus on making souvenirs of different roller coasters all around the world. And Blackpool Pleasure Beach is the first in the UK to have engaged with them and bring some of their products over. So you've probably seen me do the coaster cutouts of the Big One car, and there's a couple of others that I've touched on. I did the silhouette of Blackpool Pleasure Beach skyline. Well, this one is an assembly kit. It comes on a metal sheet. You cut it out and you essentially assemble a silhouette of the roller coaster. So plan today is I'm going to take this over to the bench. We'll have a good look at the packet, see what's inside. I just wanted to say thank you to the Pleasure Beach again for engaging in this kind of merchandise. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I hate going into the merchandise shops in theme parks and you know there's mugs and badges and not much else, and God forbid the trophies, you know, I rode this and I rode that. I just cannot stand it. So to engage in something like this, which is a fantastic souvenir, kind of aimed at adults. I mean there is an age of 14 on these because they are quite sharp, but fantastic souvenir. If a little pricey. This was $29.95, so they are a little bit expensive for what you get, but you know they're pretty unique. So hats off to the Pleasure Beach anyway, and thank you for doing this kind of merchandise, which you know I feel is I'm probably your biggest market for it. So anyway, there you go. Right, I'm going to take this over to the bench. Just before I do, I mean, if you like what I'm doing on YouTube, if you like the videos, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd be really grateful. I'm beginning to understand the algorithms of YouTube, and it does seem that to get things moving, you'd just be really helping me out, and it makes my day. Really nice to see somebody subscribe to the channel. I've only got a few subscribers at the moment, so thank you to those people. But it really has made my day, and I love the fact that some people are potentially enjoying the videos I'm making. So yeah, if you can like and subscribe, I'd be really grateful. So anyway, with that said, let's take this over to the bench and see what's inside the box. Yeah, so Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. What a fantastic ride this is. Made by Mac, opened 2 or 3 years ago, just before the pandemic. Absolutely fantastic. Double launch, lots of airtime. New for last year, the back row spins. That's an upcharge. They call it Enzo. I haven't been on that yet. I'm hoping to do that this year. But if you haven't ridden it, definitely recommend it. Very, very good roller coaster. Fantastic. And really good addition for the Pleasure Beach. But anyway, back to this. So as I say, you'll find this in the merchandise shop at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. From Coaster Dynamics, this is one of their silhouettes. It's a NanoCoaster. So essentially putting it together, you kind of put it, make this sort of silhouette of the layout of the roller coaster. So in terms of the box, we've got a nice picture of the roller coaster here, the Pleasure Beach logo, the Icon logo, looking really good on the back. Actual assembled model, you build it yourself. So NanoCoasters are miniature replicas of the world's most iconic thrill rides, manufactured from high quality stainless steel and constructed on a laser acrylic base. These are easy to assemble models. Yeah, they're not that easy, you'll see when we put this one together. No glue or paint to build, just peel off the parts. Yeah, again, it's not peeling off the parts, you'll see. And I must stress how sharp these are. When you cut them off, they are razor sharp, and yeah, we'll go through what I found is the best way to build these. Insert them into the base, bend the tabs and hold the coaster in place. It's that easy. We'll see. Right, facts of Icon really doesn't do it justice. 25-meter drop and 85 kilometers an hour. You know, it is a low to the ground coaster, but it's very quick, and there's a lot of close interaction with the rides around it, so that doesn't do it justice. I've said it before, Coaster Dynamics in Elkton in Virginia, $29.95. This is an expensive thing from the Pleasure Beach, but as merchandise goes, I think it's fantastic. So let's have a look inside the box, what you actually get for your £30. Should be a couple of leaflets in here if I can find them. Okay, that's the instruction book, and there should be a piece of paper in here. So, please read before starting. Use nail clippers to cut the tabs and the track pieces on the metal sheet. Remove each piece completely from the sheet before beginning. Peel back the paper. Yeah, so I'll go through that in a minute. You get some very rudimentary instructions with these, and in some respects it is a little bit of a puzzle to put them together. You get your acrylic base. This is like a plastic film you can peel off, and it leaves a lovely black finish. We'll do that in a minute. And then you get your stainless steel etch sheet, painted on this particular one. Some of them are painted, some of them aren't. So this one, you've got your black supports and your grey track painted on there. So yeah, that's what you get in the kit. So let's make a start on the build. Right, now what I use, it says to use nail clippers. That's what this is about. I use these side cutters you can see here. These are predominantly for cutting out polycarbonate bodies and sprues, so they're sort of modelling snips. And what I find with these is you can get as close as possible to the track, like so, and you just literally go around every part and cut through each of the connections. A couple more, and then you've got the part out. Now this is the bit I wanted to talk about. I don't know whether you can see, but right here there is where I've cut through those things, through the sprues there. There's a very small piece of metal right there where my finger's getting caught. These are actually razor sharp, and if you catch yourself, particularly on the back of the hand, it will cut you. So we'll go through how to remove those in a moment. I've tried various different methods. You can, once you've got it off the sprue, go back and try and cut them back with the side snips, but you'll never get them perfect. I have tried filing them, and when you file you tend to bend the track, so I found the best way of doing it, but we'll go through that in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of this from the sheet, and then we'll come back and remove the little burrs on the metal. Yeah, so this one, you can see this one's coming away quite nicely. Just going to have to go back through and find the ones I've missed, because I think I missed a couple of them. And just the other thing to point out is, now that I've removed a couple of parts on here, these bits here, these are razor sharp. You've got to be really careful of these, the bits that are left. You know, the residue of these bits, just make sure your back of your hands and things, they are really, you brush that across, and you know, they're really sharp. If you've seen the video that I did about the parkscapes, the parts on that one were already pre-cut and already painted with a really nice finish, so the sort of danger in cutting yourself wasn't there. I'm being very careful here. I've caught my hand a couple of times, but sometimes quite hard to see, because you cut, if you miss one, it really does hang on. Right, and then finally got an icon
logo. And for what it's worth, God, that was sharp. The station, which looks nothing like the Icon station, but yeah. Right, so that's all of those cut out, and again, be very careful with this scrap sheet. These are extremely sharp, and we shall put that in the bin very carefully somewhere. Right, so that's all the parts cut out. So as I say, each one of these parts has got these little burrs on that we need to remove. Just put my glasses on. And I found, as I say, I've tried many ways. You can get in there with the snips and give them and try and cut them off a little bit closer. But it's very, very difficult. So I found the best way is the good old trusty Dremel. Now, these aren't expensive. You can pick up aftermarket ones, and you just, with a little grind wheel on the end. And if I just demonstrate on one of these, I don't know how well this is showing up on the camera, but if I just switch this on very low speed, just gently take the burr off. Let's just check these over. That's okay. Right, so once you've deburred the model, there's a couple of things to note. I mean, just very gently run a finger over and just check there's nothing sharp. Let's pick one of these. Try and make sure that you get all of the feet flush. If you don't do those, then they sit proud of the base and look a bit odd. So just do try and get those. There's one little mark there I'm gonna just clean up. Okay, when that's done, let's get the packaging off of the base. These are always awkward. You need to get a start with a fingernail and then peel it through. There's one. Once you've got a little inroad, you can get going, but it's getting that first start really difficult. Right, that's the base. So, got two sides of the base. The side you're working on is the one with the score all the way round. The other side is just where the tabs sit. So, we take the base and we work through the steps on the instructions. Don't try and do them out of sequence, because where the tracks overlay each other, you'll get in all kinds of a muddle. Right, let's make a start with part one. So this part here, now just looking at the diagram, I can see there's a short end here and a long end there. So this short end is at this, starts here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently, very, very gently, push the tabs through the relative slots and allow the metal to kind of form its shape, just loosely form the shape of the track, following the contour on the base. See here, I'm just going to bring this round, drop that in there, and then finally that one at the end there. So once you've got all the tabs in their located slots, push down and then bend over at the back. Push down, bend over at the back, push down, oh, bent it a little bit there, push down, bend over, push that one, bend the tab over, and then finally this one at this end, bend that over. Now once that's done, you can see that the track is sort of a, you know, it's not quite the contours of the ride. So just go round with your fingers and just spend a little bit of time bending it into place like so. It doesn't take a lot, and that's not bad at all, like so. That's the first piece in. Let's have a look what we've got. It's this part here. So you can see at the end here we've got a little ski ramp. So just going to put this over again, two long tabs there, and looking at the base, I don't know whether it's showing up on the camera, but there's two long slots, so that fits in there. And just bend that to fit. I've actually pre-bent this one because I was just trial fitting it. Oh, something I've noticed there. Look, you can see this track, this at the end just needs to come round like so, just so it follows the markings on the base. Right, let's drop this one in then. This part two. So again, push the two tabs down either end. Like, hang on, is that right? Yes, it is. That one and that one. And then we've got one there and one there. Push those flush. So those two at the end are in. That's it, done. Oh, sorry, I'm got in a habit, because I'm quite short-sighted, I bring things close to me so I can see them, forgetting there's a camera above. Push that down like that. Make sure, with these tabs, make sure they're really down flush, because they've got to be absolutely aligned with the base, otherwise they'll look a bit odd and stand proud, particularly if you've got tracks going over the top. And then, as before, just tweak it over with your fingers just to make sure that it's upright and looking good. You can see that at the end there we've got a little bit of an S, so make sure that's on there. Okay, step 3. Let's carry on with step 3. So step 3 is this part, and it looks like you've got 1, 2, 3 long tabs. So which way round does it go? I'm guessing, because we've got a tab and a long bit, it'll be this longer end, not the shorter end. So let's just slide that in there. Okay, well that looks okay. And again, I'm just going to form the track as I go, just bending it. And in there. Oh, I bend it right over. Yeah, don't worry if you do bend, you know, slide and bend it over. It's easily bent back up right. It's not too difficult. So again, getting these tabs completely engaged into the board. Easier said than done. That's it. And pushing those over on the back side, or the back face. And let's just drop that one in like that. And again, pushing over the tab. And then I'm just going to just going to shape the track again over the top like this. Okay, and making sure those two ends line up nicely. Looks good. Okay. Okay, section 4. So this one has got, so on the real ride, this is the bunny hop launch out of the station, which is pretty good because it drops through the big one roller coaster. It actually goes through the structure of it, so you can see there the two supports. So let's slide this in, again lining up the tabs as we go, like so. That one goes in there, and this one goes in there, and we've got a little bit of curvature needed to get that one round. Bend that tab over before it's gone through the hole. Like that. Right, and again I'm going to push all of the, make sure they're all seated properly before I bend over the tabs on the rear face. That's it. That one down. That one. Almost. Okay, and that's all the tabs bent over on the rear face as well. And now I'm just going to spend a couple of moments, again just lining it all up and making sure that it's all really nicely lined up with the curvature of the ride. Let's just do that back at that piece again. That's pretty good. Quite pleased with that. That bit done. Right, on to step 5. So it looks like this piece, because it kind of lifts up. Is it that one? Yeah, I think it is that one. Let's have a look. So again, the way the tabs are spaced, or the way the slots are spaced, indicates whether you've picked up the right part or not. This does look like it's fitting okay. And again, we're just going to gently make it the right, roughly the right contour, right shape. Put that one in, that one in, that one, and that one. So this is what I was saying about in the instructions, or on the packet it said easy to assemble. Just break the bits out and clip them together. Well, it's not as straightforward as that. It does require a little bit of finesse that I don't have. You have to be very gentle with it, otherwise you bend it in the wrong way. You have to be very careful because bits are quite sharp. And it does require a little bit of time and patience to bend all of the correct parts to the correct shape. So let's have a look. Right, that hill bit goes over that way just a tiny bit. That looks pretty good. Yep, so that's that part in. Right, and then on to step 6. Right, there's got to be this piece. Yeah, so it just builds into the spiral. Helix, sorry. Called it a spiral, shouldn't have done that. So again, same process, just line up the tabs, let it try and form it as you go. And this one. And this one. That's that one in there. That's that tab down, making sure they're all seated before bending the other side over. Perfect. Right, and then I'm going to go along and align this. So, starting at this end, I'm just going to put a little bit of curvature on there, bend that bit out, bend that bit round, that bit in. You can see as you go along, just try and tease it so that it follows the line underneath. And then here, bend that leg, bend that round. Ooh, got too much of a... Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Still not quite happy with that one. Yeah. We go. Right, step 7. This is getting towards the end of it now. Right, so this one runs through here like so. Right, I got it. So it goes in this one here. It runs over there, through here, up through here. Let me just put this one back in. Let's try this again. That one there, that one there, and then it's going to bend for that one. Bend right the way round, and then come back to that one there. Right, let's try and push all these down. So that one's in, that one's in, that one's in, that one's in. I'm bending the tabs over as I go. I don't know if that can be seen on the camera. That's done, that's done. Right. Now that bit there, so this leg here, I can use these pliers for this. This bends outwards like so. So you can see I've bent that leg just out to the side. This one stays in that direction, but that one does go out to the side. We put that one in, and the final one, which is that. Right, and then let's just go through and line this. That's not too bad actually. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yep, that was that one in. Right, into the home stretch now. So step 9 is this, oh no, sorry, step 8. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So step, maybe this one. That looks about right. Oh, let's get that back under the camera. Alright, so that's step 8. Let's just do step 9. Final bit of track. And make sure I get this one round the right way as well. So looking at this, I reckon it'll be that way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend that round. Try and make my life a little bit easier. So, a little bit fiddly this one. Right, that's those done, and I just want to, I'm going to use a pair of pliers here. Right, then I'm just going to take this pair of pliers and just bend that round a little bit and bend that round a little bit, just because I can't get my fingers in there. And the same with that one. And there you go. So apart from cleaning off the fingerprints on the base, that's the roller coaster finished. You can see it's basically a silhouette of the layout. Oh, two more things to do. I forgot. We've got to put. Let's just do this. So for what it's worth, they do include a station, although it looks nothing like the station on the actual ride. So this just slots over there like that. Just slide that in. Like that. Bend the tabs over, and then finally, icon. Get a little logo to put in front of it. So push that in, bend the tab over, and then just bend it backwards. Now, as I say, so that's it finished, complete, with the icon in the front there. Need to clean off the base, I'll do that in a minute. And then what I sometimes do, I don't know if I'll do it with this one, but put a bit of cloth over like a bit of felt over the bottom, just to finish it off. Yeah, so it's quite. I think they're great models. I think these are fantastic, but like I say, a little bit expensive for what they are. Anyway, yes, I hope that was of interest, and yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and catch you on the next one.